Namaste. Good afternoon. Great excitement here around my tarot table. The dragonfly is free and very interestingly um, hung around for a few moments before it flew away. So I'm going to take some time following this session to sit and reflect on why the dragonfly may have needed to make an appearance and what sort of medicine it was in that experience for me just here and now. Anyway, welcome. If you are new to my channel, this is going to be a really special day, and I'll tell you why I've decided to spend a couple of Fridays doing this. I think this is a really important exercise, looking at the tarot through perhaps a more gentler approach. And that is in creating affirmations with cards that are drawn. Um, I don't know where I'm going. Sorry, I'm a little distracted with the visitor who just arrived here. So what we're going to do today is we're going to use, I've pulled a few cards, same card from different decks, just to use as inspiration. And I thought what we could do is to write affirmations. And I want to talk about the power of affirmation and the way that they contain the most power. I've worked with affirmations a lot through the practice of Sankalpa and in Yoga Nidra, and I can address that a bit more if you're interested as well too. Um, Also, I have felt a tremendous amount of pain with the different querents clients that I've been working with over the last week. And I feel that this as a practice is really important to have as a tarot reader and not to forget about this approach in working with your cards. I'm also inspired perhaps to use this strategy for my upcoming shorts, which have yet to begin. But I think this might be a really good approach to do a daily short video. So thank you for being here. I think I said my name is Sadhana. I'm an intuitive reader and healer, and all of my contact information, and you can find more about me if you're just dropping in the description box below. So let's say hi to everyone who's here. Tamian and Clevis, welcome. Welcome to Donna and Saskia. Clevis is glad this week is over too. Lots going on. And Donna is a liberator of dragonflies as well. Beautiful. Hello to Deanna, Blue Crescent Tarot. Welcome. Hi, Patricia. Mira Merlin's daughter. Welcome to you. Lydianne, Lily Valley. Tarot Destiny. Oh my goodness. Tarot Destiny. Just give me 1 second. It's Janice, right? I think it's Janice. Welcome to you. And let's go to Donna's comment here. According to Animal Speak, the words for dragonfly is the power of light. I feel that dragonflies in general have a multi-dimensional energy. And what I mean by that is we don't tend to see dragons too much in this dimension. And I really feel their connection to multidimensionality. And Clevis is having signs as well too. Let's pay attention to them and listen and honor them. And yeah. All right. So this is in no particular order. And I have a few full cards here, and I'm going to put them on the table. And of course, in a reading, whether I was doing a 1 card or a 2 card or a 3 card draw as a morning practice, of course, I would not be, likely would not be pulling across multiple decks, but I thought for the purpose of this video, we would look at um, the same card across a few decks to help us feel inspired. And my intention here is to create a sense of self empowerment, loving kindness, compassion for self. And I think through the power of affirmation, there is tremendous potential for transformation. And if an affirmation is coming from your own heart, your own essence, with the intention of being on your journey, um, perhaps amplifying the power of your journey, I think they can have tremendous, tremendous benefits. And so let's have a look at these Fool cards and just talk about for a moment what is brought up. And I will tell you what decks these are from in case you're not familiar. The left card is the Sasarabito Tarot. The second one is the Lily White by Celia Millsville. This is from the Beautiful Rebellion, first edition by Robin. I'm sorry, I have drawn a blank. The Beautiful Rebellion Tarot. And this is from the Way Home Tarot. And I think for many people, this card coming up in a reading can feel, there can be a sense of aloneness. It's like, holy shit, I really am alone. And I looked at a post the other day on Facebook, and my friend had posted a photo, not unlike this one at the beach. It was the most gorgeous, by Lydiane. It was the most gorgeous, gorgeous photo. And her feet were in the photo. And her comment was, alone again, naturally. You know the song, right? And I felt sad because she was there in this gorgeous surrounding, and yet this lingering pain that she carries is just so, it's so hard. So let's look. Hello, Helen. Let's look at the cards and see if we can come up with some affirmations to help us to feel stronger. And I had planned to have some typed up for you and ready to go, but I didn't do that this morning. And so perhaps this will be a little more free flowing. So I'm going to begin. I'm going to begin. Fearlessly. Fearlessly, I step into this new chapter of my life. And I will type this for you. Fearlessly, I step into this new chapter of my life. Okay. Welcome. Dee, did I say hello to you? Welcome. Welcome. And so what I would like you to do is to look at these cards. And perhaps you have another deck in hand, and you can put a Fool card in front of you from a deck that you love. And just think about how you feel and how this might inspire you at a moment where you have that overwhelming sense of being alone. Okay. What is the feeling here? The card on the left has always brought a smile to my face, acknowledging that at any point, at any time, we can feel fresh, we can feel new. And this is a card of newness. And this is a card to, the whole backpack thing. And I think there's something about traveling light that feels very important here. So let's look at some of your words from Donna. I trust that I will either step onto firm ground or be given wings to fly. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, let's go to Deanne. Deanne, is it Deanne or Deanna? I have it written down somewhere. So this is for the Fool. Even though I am at ground zero, I am resilient. How about this one? Deanne is correct. Thank you. This is from D. Fool, all roads are my way. I just thought of one. So let's go with this one. Okay. From Clevis, the ground will manifest under my feet. That's beautiful. There are some amazing, you know what that makes me think of? It makes me think of Indiana Jones, the sense of trust that is absolutely necessary. I think it was in the third Indiana Jones movie where, with that step of faith, the ground actually did materialize. And there are a couple of tarot decks where you see the Fool. As the Fool walks, the flowers begin to grow. I can't think of which one is in mind right now, but beautiful, beautiful. And as I was looking at the older man in the card on the left, I was thinking, yeah, I'm traveling this path with a lot more wisdom than when I started. And so my wisdom does indeed inform my path. From Patricia, I don't need a reason to be happy. I am. That's beautiful. Hello, Joel. Welcome. Donna's ready to rewatch Indiana Jones. Okay. Let's go on to another card. And these were chosen randomly as I pulled some decks today to contemplate this exercise. Two of Fire is next. Okay. Two of Fire. All right. And it's funny because I think this can be quite a boring card in some decks. And there's a sense of, what does this card actually mean? And so let's talk a little bit about what's showing up in these four twos of fire. The one on the left is from the Gaian Tarot, and it reminds me a little bit, I think there's a similar kind of energy in the Marielle. Also, Margaret Peterson addresses this as well too, where two flames come together to create a sense of passion. And so the potential of this too is limitless, really. In the Slow Tarot and the second card, there is some preparation and contemplation. And I think part of the two is that sense of there is a sense of pause. There's a pause before we take action. And this is pretty intense. I mean, this is a lot of maps and a lot of paper here. So this person is quite serious and studious. And I feel like a sense of lightness might help the person that's in this card. But yeah, it's I also enjoy, I think this is very clever, the way that this the compass has been used as a tool to mark the two wands. No problem. No problem, Joel. I look forward to your reply soon. This is from my newest deck, the Super Lunaris. And this card does, it reminds me very much of a Fool card with the backpack. And, but I suppose we also, in this card, are contemplating a path. And so I can see quite a poetic affirmation. This feels much like a crossroads card in the Lenormand, right? This is from the Lily White. And I really love some of the cards in this deck, as you know. But we see the sunrise. There's a recognition of the lunar cycle as well, too. We see the steps and abundance is around us. Okay. All right, so before I read yours, I'm just going to contemplate my expression here. I breathe deeply. So, yeah, thank you. Go ahead. Please put in your Two of Wands affirmations. All right. Let's go to Donna. I am at the threshold of thought and manifestation. Gorgeous. Mira. All roads go up the same mountain. And this expression reminds me of the experience where we have, um, I'm thinking about my time in Japan or at different times, where there are multiple paths leading to the temple or the top of the mountain. And it's like all roads lead to God. In the tarot, all suits lead to transformation, right? And there's just something about this card that also wanted me to take a deep, deep breath. And I feel the will here. And this particular suit is the suit of will. It's the suit of dharma. It's the suit of our life path. So I want to emphasize I will set forth, but where or which way? Um, Joel, I did try to look for this deck. I saw an out of print Japanese one, but I'll have to chat with you about which one it is. And maybe in your email, you can send me a photo of the box. That would be great. Clevis, my path creates my world. Beautiful. Helen, an abundance of possibilities open up to me. And isn't this is very interesting, that I just want to grab the Two of Fire from the Marielle, because this has always been this was a transformational card for me here. And I wonder what you feel when you are looking at the Two of Fire on the left. For those of you that didn't journey with me through the Marielle, I did do a deep dive into this deck. There's a few videos that are public, but most of them are members only. And there's something about the card on the left that really reminds me of the one from the Marielle. And just I don't know. Let's go to Deanne. I can't quite think of a mantra, but 2 wands in this moment feel like a good time for spell work. Okay. What about the just holding, the divining with the wands this way? How it can help you to find direction. It's a tool for locating things. It's a method for locating things. What about portals of all kinds open to me? Portals are everywhere. Hmm. Okay. Dowsing. Yes, yes. Yes, Donna. Yes, dowsing and dowsing rods. All right, let's go on, shall we? Let's go to another one. And it's going to be great fun putting these away. I love that part. Okay. 6 of water. This is Gaian. This is the way home. This is Lily White. And I will choose another one for you. There is something very, I know which one I'm going to get for you. There's something very, can I say, pink about this card. Something very pink. There is beauty. There is harmony. There is a sense of happiness. And yet occasionally there is a sense of melancholy. And I want to share something with you that came up when we were doing the Herbcrafter deep dive the other day. And there is this beautiful connection between the 3 of water and the 6 of water in this deck that just really kind of left a poignant feeling in my energy body. And that was, so in the 6 of water, we have wine glasses, which are beautifully infused with the petals of the borage plant. There's a sense of innocence with the lace tablecloth. There is an honoring of our togetherness. And in the 3 of water, we have like a child's tea party. And then, we grow up a little bit and we have the wine. Not that you have to be grown-ups don't drink tea, but there's this really interesting relationship between these 2 cards. And many, many decks do this card really well. I remember there's a deck that I sold ages ago, Wheel of Life Tarot, really beautiful, beautiful energy where there's so much love looking back. And it just fills, it's like it fills. Sometimes this card just fills your cup. And so I feel a sense of if we are able to let go. So think about the 5 of Cups and think of the energy of the importance of the releasing in the 5 of Cups. And if we can let go of the past, let go of the hate, let go of the lingering pain, then when we step into the 6 of Cups, we can truly honor the nostalgia. Yeah. So this is Guyan, this is Herbcrafter, Way Home, and Lily White. All right. Hello, welcome to Amy. Welcome. All right, let's go. Affirmations for 6 of water. Clevis says remembrance of life aquatic. Okay, let's go to Donna. I gratefully release any of the past that no longer serves me. Yes, exactly, Amy. You've crossed the bridge of the past. And where I want to go with this is that I honor and forgive that each and every one of you were on your own path. You were on your own journey. And so now when I look back, I honor you and I feel the joy and I respect. You see, there's a piece of this card that feels really important for me, and that has to do with the connections. So remember the number 6, right? The number 6 is about divine connection, beauty, harmony. And Celia Mailsville so beautifully illustrates that with the nesting bowls. And here we see the vases, the weaving of the flowers, the vases very close together, the coming together in celebration. And here we have a circle. So there's a sense of union, and there's a blessing in that union. Welcome. Hello, IJ. Okay. Let me go to, okay, so Idioma's going back. I thought of the one for the Fool. Am a little behind, but there is wisdom in my boldness, and I choose to trust this wisdom. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. All right, so this is for the 6 of Cups from Patricia. I keep play close to my heart every day. So the other piece, and I'm not sure if I quite expressed this, was, and in the work that I do as, what can I call, I call myself an intuitive healer, reader, and it's very hard to describe how I work as a coach with people. Um, but there's this important piece that the past and the experiences of the connections of the past, while many of them are left behind, their essence will always be with us. So whether our old friends are with us in spirit, or whether this table was laid in nostalgia for honoring the old friends that once were, their souls are always with us. So how about this? I honor, and I'm sorry this is bouncy when I type. I have this new computer stand here. I honor Isn't that interesting? Joel just chose the same word. I acknowledge the good old times from the past to find harmony to go further on my path. Beautiful. And then this is what I typed. I honor friendship in all directions of time. And how friendship has made me a more complete person. And how each of those relationships has made me more complete. And how each of those relationships has Yeah, how each of those relationships has expanded my awareness. Let's go to Helen. I nurture and care for my inner child and view life through the lens of playfulness. That's beautiful, Helen. Beautiful. Gorgeous. All right, shall we do another one? I've got a few that are ready here. All right, so let's shift the mood a little bit. And where should we go? This way or this way? Well, maybe we can do both. We have time. All right. I have 3 cards here. Another 2. A very interesting 2. The 2 of voice, the 2 of listening, the 2 of thought, the 2 of mind. The 2 where often the eyes are closed, so we have an internal gaze. Somehow our clarity is strengthened through the internal gaze. On the left is the superlunaris, where we see, I feel, you know what? This is the 2 of cups. This is not, and this is so interesting. To me, this feels, so I've made a mistake here, okay? And this is, um, I want this card to be the 2 of swords. I want this card to be this woman looking into the mirror and seeing the light within herself. There's just something about this card that I want to read. It's funny. I've just looked at it now and I realized it's the 2 of cups. It's not the 2 of swords. So let me pull out the 2 of swords from this deck for you, if I can find it quickly. Yeah, this is such an interesting card, and I want to acknowledge how the water in the background, and in this one, I suppose we have the air and the birds in the background, is this symbol of deep subconscious work. And in many, many tarot decks, the Suit of Swords is highly influenced by the element of water as well as air. The Suit of Swords is deep work, right? Deep work. So, and then there's something here about an opening up as opposed to a closing off. And notice that in the Sasarai Bito, she is wearing armor. So imagine her chin rising up, the swords opening, and the armor being released as a result of the contemplation. Joel, that was beautiful. Why did you delete it? That was gorgeous. I can see it on StreamYard. I won't highlight it because you deleted it, but it's really beautiful. Okay. And then, okay, so I'm going to add something else here. In the Suit of Swords, I have a difficult time with where I am going to talk chakra wise, because the element of air is deeply connected to the heart space in chakra medicine. And so we have this poignant, powerful connection between the mind, thought, and the heart, or perhaps the voice, the throat, and the heart. So this is all very much upper chakra work. All right, so Joel retracted that one. So we're going to go to Donna. Both are in a defensive posture, blocking heart chakra, blindfolded, remaining in duality and negativity. So there is a sense of protecting the heart. With internal gazing and internal focusing, over time, we can slowly improve our ability to see the big picture. And without this work, we continue to be lost in a very narrow perspective. So this is a really important card to give yourself space to understand the power of the internal gaze. Joel says you can show it. Okay, I will show it because it was lovely. Here we go. All right. On YouTube, it says it's retracted. I listen to my duality in my thoughts and mind to move forward. Okay. And I want to ask you, do you understand why I want this to be the Two of Swords? Because in this card, I feel there's a lack of trust, and that's why the heart is closed. And I think that's one of the reasons why this is my I don't know what you call it, it's my phrase is such an important phrase to repeat over and over, because we move through these phases of doubt. And when we move into a sense of separation and we honor duality, there's also a sense of incompleteness. Right? So how about I have another one here. This is not very poetic, but that's the connection I want to make. By closing off the outside world, I'm more able to connect to my heart and hence my essence. Saskia, this is the Gaian Tarot by Joanna Powell Colbert. And this is the Llewellyn edition, the older edition. Nice, Helen. I trust that my inner wisdom is enough to make. I trust that my inner wisdom is enough to guide me on my path, to guide me to help me move forward. Okay. All right. I'm going to stick with the theme of swords here. And again, this is the Gaian Tarot. This is the Six of Air, Sasarai Bito, Six of Air, and Superlunaris, Six of Air. And so here we've gone 4 cards further down the journey. And we have crossed the bridge of the 5. And to me, there is so much spirit in this card. So much spirit. And this is a card where, so again, we're at a 6. I believe this is our second 6. We recognize, we acknowledge spirit. You know, there's the trust is so very, very important here. And when I saw Stacia Barrington's, there's 2 cards in her deck. This is one of them, the six of Swords. I just thought, what a beautiful depiction, because we've all had that experience where we are truly coming up for a breath of fresh air. And honestly, my favorite decks are where maybe 5 swords are left behind and 1 is in the boat, or yeah, the swords are left on the other side and the boat is empty. There's something about taking all of the swords with you that feels, I mean, the swords, in truth, the swords will always be with you because they're a part of your experience. They're a part of your life. But I love the sense of letting go that's here. Let's go to our poet, D. The abyss of the unknown, something unfathomable is present in us, and it cannot be described through words. The Buddhist practice of Han-Tu. Okay, so this is going back to 2 of Swords. Thank you for sharing this. Can I also mention that for generally speaking, the even numbers are receptive, and the 2s feel, generally speaking, there's a bit more contentment in the 2s than there is in the odd numbers. And there's a sense of peace that is here. And peace and trust and harmony seem to come into this as well, too. 6, like the 6 of Cups, is a sense of honoring the beauty within. And okay, I'm going to type one and then I'll read yours. I take the wisdom that experience gave me and move to better ground. Beautiful, Patricia. Thank you. Oh, Donna, I love this one. I flow gently with the divine plan. Joel, what I've been through has opened up for spirit and myself to heal. That's lovely. Thank you. Okay. Let's do 2. Let's do 2 more. Let's do 2 more. All right. Okay. This is the Magician. Super Lunaris, Lily White, and Gaian. In this particular card, to me, the hands are very important. And there is a sense of the gift of hands in using the tools of the magician as part of the working with the archetype. Many of you know that I practice Reiki a lot, and this is always, I don't know how to say this other than this is always awake for me. I always feel this potential. And so when we are looking at an RWS magician card with the elements presented on an altar, on a table, and it's as if this energy moves through the tool to help us on our journey. And so more than anything for me with the magician card, and I think there's a beautiful one too as well, same kind of idea in the Light Seer's Tarot, where we acknowledge something greater than us, and yet through our openness, we're able to work with it. All right, so let's start with Clevis. I direct the concert that my life is. Beautiful. It's beautifully poetic. Saskia, I embrace the universal healing energy. And to me, this is very much part of my, not necessarily, I may not say this in my invocation, but it's the experience of what I feel when I sit down to do my work. And when we're looking at a magician card, as above, so below, and the gesture of the magician, right? So this is an honoring of connection. And so perhaps for me, I'm going to type it because I feel like I want to type it. And with my comment, what I also want to say is that so that I may do my work, I allow spirit to flow freely through my being so that my gifts can be shared at their highest potential. Yes. This is that is such a touching moment. And honestly, I feel this way so often in the questions that queerants ask, these disempowering questions. And this is exactly the kind of energy that I want to share and to inspire and feel, allow others to feel. Hmm. With God, Source, Spirit, I am the co-creator of my own life. Beautiful. Thanks, Donna. My alchemy touches all elements of life. Helen, I am magic and magic is me. Beautiful. All right. So, last one for today. And I have chosen the 20th Arcanum. This is it can be a very tricky card for a lot of people. And I think it can be a very fearful card. For some people, it may imply death. You know, there's that as well too. And just the word judgment can also be a very alarming keyword on a card, title on a card for those who don't work with the tarot. And so in looking at the surrounding cards and the way that this card is interpreted, I think we need to be very mindful of this. This is one of those cards where I feel it's important to look in the reading, if you're not just doing a single draw, that what I want to say? I want to say we need to determine whether the querent is actually ready to step through this portal. And for me, this card is a portal. This card is an awakening. It is a card of, there's no turning back once we step through this. And are we ready? Are we fully ready? And this is that moment very, very early in the Matrix where I'm drawing a blank. I was going to call him Merlin, but that's not his name. Has to decide whether he's going to take the red pill or the blue pill. And he knows very well that there is an opportunity to step through the veil. There is an opportunity for awakening. And I've had this kind of experience as well, too. So what tends to happen at the ashram when we gather there is that a lot of people get sick. They get sick because the frequency at the ashram is so high and it quite literally vibrates the toxicity out of them. And there's a clinging that goes on, and there's a wanting to run away instead of being with the purification and being with the awakening and knowing that one is in an environment where you're completely supported for transformation. So it's this is a card, I think an important card to be gentle with. So let's go to here. So we'll start with Donna. I hear the call of my higher self and angels to wake up and ascend to the next level. Beautiful. Thank you for that, Donna. The judgment from Marielle has come up so many times. It's almost haunted me. So that card has become so special and beautiful for me. I have a similar card in this deck in the Marielle Tarot that has come up for me many, many times. And I feel the same way. I believe that, so I'm going to share something with you. Just looking for the star card. I should be able to find it because it's so orange. I will find it. Um, the star card in the Marielle, I believe, was this card initially drawn as the Fool? Did I read that somewhere? And I find, oh, you said the Judgment card. Nope. Okay. You said the Judgment card. Bear with me. I'm going somewhere different. You're talking about the Phoenix card. Okay. Very powerful. I will share the star. The star. We'll do the star another time. Next time I do this, because I do want to do this again. Okay. Some of you already probably know where I was going with that. So yes, Phoenix energy is so very it's big. Transformation through fire. Helen, I rise to embody all of my potential. Heed the whispers of the universe. This is the card of coming out of the closet. Whatever your closet may be, this is about loving yourself, capital S self, so deeply that you're willing to lay down all masks, all cloaks, and allow yourself to be revealed. And when I saw the Sasarabito Tarot for the first time, and I saw that card, there's this, and it's a choice. It is a choice. You have the choice to keep that blanket wrapped around you. You do. You have the choice. You can stay. You can die in the cocoon if you want. But what if you were to step out of the cocoon and allow your authenticity to shine? I think for some people, this is one of the scariest cards in the tarot, because it means you choose not to wear that hat anymore. You choose not to wear that mask anymore. And I think sometimes we kind of waffle in and out. It's like that warbling noise. You know that warbling noise where you kind of go whoa, 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 in and out of a space. I heed the whispers of the universe, and I heed the whispers of my soul. Hmm. Okay. Well, I hope that this gives you a sense of another approach for your daily readings, your morning card pulls. When you are working with a friend or a family member who's feeling a little raw, this is an exercise you could do together as well too. And I feel that, so sometimes I do this when a client is telling their story, and I'm listening to their pain, and so I'm going through all the available decks that I have at hand, and I pull out 2 or 3 cards that feel like their story, and then I allow them to see that, this is their potential, this is their story, and this is universal. This is you in the tarot. So let's make this great. Let's make this full. Okay. So thank you very much for joining me today. And those of you that are watching in the replay, can I please ask that you put some of your affirmations into the comments below? I would love to see that. And if any of you want to come back and you have some insight into these cards, or you find some new language around these affirmations that we did today, that you can share that as well too. I'm going to be away next Friday, but I will see you in 2 weeks' time. And I'm definitely going to do this again. Perhaps we can do this in two, or maybe in 3 weeks' time. It's just so very, very powerful. But I will be here on Tuesday for live readings and Lenormand, and I will see you all very soon. And for those of you that have decided to join the Tarot Foundations class, I really look forward. We're going to be starting up really, really soon. Not this one. Yes, this is happening as well too. Please note that the early bird cost will no longer be available after the end of the month. I believe it's $250 savings. And the spring retreat, I have people asking about flights and stuff already. So if you're interested in joining that retreat, please don't delay too much to sign up for that. And it is less than 15 days. I have not edited this. So this begins on the 28th of September. And I believe Saskia, who was in the chat, she will be there. Yeah. Okay. Good night, everybody. Good afternoon. Have a lovely weekend, and namaste.